What up, everybody? Biz, what up? Sick. It's good. Everything looks good on the stream. Let's get it. Woo! What? Okay. Cilantro, potatoes. I just finished. Let's bottle that mole real quick. Boom. Work our way through that. H, what up? Good morning. How are you? Top of the morning to you. Looks good. Darn it. Market, what up? How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen all you guys in a while. How's it? How's the thug life treating y'all? Yeah. Oh, you liked it? Thank you. Yeah, I'm a little rusty, dude. I haven't really cooked with couscous and that type of chicken and stuff in a while, but once I had it, it was, I just feel it's a natural, dude. I do this all day, every day. But it's good. It was good. It came out really, really well. Nice and balanced. I'm gonna do the shepherd's pie one today live. Once my Cheyenne comes in, my staff member, I'll be able to break away from the restaurant and focus on that order. I'm making that order live. Yeah, when we used to do the when I would do new menu rollout, we'd have to go. The executives would have to go to corporate or to an area meeting, and they would teach us all the new food, like hands on, from pretty much the people that created it and stuff. And then we would have to learn it, study it, and then teach it to all of our managers and then our staff. And it was just something like where once you're finally training the staff on it, you've already had like 100 goes at this dish. You know what I'm saying? So I've done it so many times with just like repeating food in general that I have a pretty good understanding of how food works and how the the care and finesse with that goes into certain types of food. I feel like once you pretty much learn and master the techniques of cooking, it's just applying it to whatever you have in front of you. You know what I'm saying? But what's going to be cool is that every year I get invited to the the, the Pacific Northwest Battle of the Chefs, and they only invite like executives or like restaurant owners or people that are like pretty high in the industry in Washington. And I've already competed like 4 years in a row. But this year I'm gonna live stream it, and hopefully, if things go according to plan, we should have our food truck at the fair too. So it'd be sick to live stream from the food truck at the fair, and then leave the food truck to go battle somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like another day. So we got to start. We got to start training. What up, Steve? Yeah, the Puyallup Fair. Like they have that battle of the chefs Northwest thing, and I competed in every year. I competed. I competed in it when I represented the Cheesecake Factory, and then I competed in it when I represented Sugar Most Tacos. And been doing pretty good. I think my record is like 2-2 right now, to be honest with you. Uh, one of them was a tie, um, and they have these like. I love this. I love the company, and I think they're great. One year, it was 2 years, it's with electric stoves. And these stovetops, they only heat up when a pan is like literally touching it. Okay? So if you remove the pan to, let's say, I don't know, saute the vegetables, you know what happens? The stove turns off and the heat changes completely. So then when I put it back on the burner, it starts to heat up. So basically, it's like scorching the food as it's like cooking it, or it's like not doing anything to it. And I dealt with that the first time, and then the second time that happened in a different battle and a different year, the generator blew out while I was making pasta, and so I didn't even know that I was literally cooking without any power. And the person made a cold dish, and obviously they won. It's just like, but it's cool. It's fun. I like it. It's good exposure. It's good practice, and you get to play with a lot of funky ingredients. And I love that. Yeah, the induction stoves. I hate those things, dude. Yeah, that'll be tight. So our staff member Cheyenne came back yesterday, and she worked the full day, and she did an awesome job. She baked all the tres leches cakes. She came back fired up. So she's gonna take more things off our plate. We're gonna work together. I'm gonna hire a line cook for the weekends. Now it's really now it's really time for me to get back into my role because it's been like 6 weeks that I've been doing this nonstop working, and I don't mind it, but I would rather apply myself in other areas that are gonna bring more income to the restaurant, more sales, more different revenues of income, doing more catering events, going to the businesses and delivering some free food and just giving them like a chance to try the food. We got a lot of things planned, and we just really need to start taking some action to it because I've noticed that in Washington, a lot of the smaller restaurants, they have a food truck or they have something else that's another part of them that's getting income in during times where you wouldn't normally see like an increase in sales in a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So we're just open. We're open and honest with ourselves. We had a couple bad reviews the other day. One from us being closed, and that's because we got our restaurant broken into. And it's like I'm not going to explain myself to somebody on Google about that. And then somebody said something about the beans, and what happened was the beans weren't burned, but they were heated up in a pot that was, and it just like left a bad taste. So I threw away like 15 pounds of beans, and I just started over. And we got a bad review from that. So we're just learning. We have to like we're making simple mistakes because we're exhausted, but at the same time, we got to really focus on the basics. The rice and beans go in everything. So we changed our bean recipe, and now we boil it with water and salt, and we adjust accordingly. We're just like really listening to what the people are saying because we do care about their feedback. It just makes us better. It makes us a better flowing restaurant, and we're open to whatever new ideas come our way because we always want to be ever evolving. You're just going to get stuck in limbo and get left behind like a lot of the mom and pop restaurants with no like corporate experience or franchise experience. They go through these bad um, stints where they can't bring in new sales and their business starts to suffer because they have 50 employees that they need to pay, but you're not making enough sales to even pay yourself. You got to really listen to what the people are saying and look at the trends. Not be involved in the trends, but just like pay attention to what's going on. And if you want to take a chip at it, you got to be ready. We did birria, and we were really good at it, but at the same time, it was a lot of work to keep up with the demand. Yeah, what up, bud? Yeah, you own a restaurant. Yeah, exactly. So, we have like here's some good like examples of different revenue. We have the little mixed drinks, the Red Bull mixed drinks, right? Which is right here in this area. We have like specialty horchatas that add the syrups. We have the Mexican candy here. We sell walking tacos, the little sweets and the candies. We have merch here too. Not only do we sell our Sugar Bones merch, but we also sell like thrift merch. You know what I'm saying? And these things sell like crazy too. We sell our salsa by the mason jars. Just all these little different habits, and then the cakes we made. Look, I'm gonna give you guys some game. All right, red velvet cake. A box of Betty Crocker red velvet cake costs about $1.50. You can make about 8 portions out of this. Okay, you add cream, condensed, and evaporated milk. This cake probably runs about, I don't know, like 75 cents each of these with the container and everything, and they sell for $10. And we make 8 of them, so it's $80 for one box of cake. That essentially costs us like maybe $10 total, and we're making $70 profit off one box of cake. But it's a buildup. You have to like it didn't just happen overnight. People had to try our cakes. We gave a lot of cakes away in the beginning. We did a buy one get one free on DoorDash, and we sold them like hotcakes. But cool, you get it. I'm saying, yeah. I want to get on the level of, there's this restaurant in California. It's called Porto's. It's like a Cuban bakery, but they do sandwiches, and they also do like they do. Not only do they do sweet food, they also do like savory food and Puerto Rican and Cuban food. I want to get on that level because the bakery, dude, it's like the bakery line is like a subway station, bro. They have velvet rope, dude. There's people waiting, like it's crazy, and it's right on the corner of like a really busy intersection on Burbank. That's how I want this restaurant to be. Pastries from scratch, sell tortillas by the dozen from scratch, like everything from scratch. Yeah, dude. We just got now we realize the business, and we've realized the stability that we have with the business and the flow of income. Now it's time to add more bodies. Now it's time to add more unique menu items, and also add more bodies so that we could really like you know catch that audience who hasn't tried our food, that is up early in the morning, or who makes their own food but wants our tortillas. Yeah, just dude, to the T, bro. The only thing is, so look, like we didn't just like read the box and that's it. We had to figure out how long it cooks in this commercial oven. We have to figure out how much we put inside each cake box to make sure that they're leveled evenly. So there's just a little bit of tweaking and stuff that goes into it. But look, dude, I don't have TikTok. I don't use social media. I'm only on YouTube. That's it. And I have Facebook Messenger because that's how I talk to my parents. But that would be that's the way that I talk to my mom. You know what I mean? Um, but I'm not on Facebook like that. I just post my content on my story because it's on my Messenger. But long story short, like we do pay attention to the trends and stuff like that. And we see a lot of people on TikTok who like start little side hustles. This restaurant was a side hustle, and we created literally something out of nothing. And I think about that every day, and it's like, dude, we can literally make the next best thing that people are gonna want. We already have people who crave our food on the regular, and they only want specific things. Like we can make new things that people would want. Generate a new audience of you know real life subscribers, not just YouTube. Sometimes you got to make things simple too. No, you can't be like going crazy and making everything from scratch, growing your own cilantro and shit. Like, chill out, dude. Like, I don't have enough time in the day to be doing that stuff. Like sometimes I feel like people go a little bit overboard, and that's probably because those chefs that are doing those things, they're uh, they're funded by another person. You know what I'm saying? That could just give them $100,000 to blow on whatever. Screw that, dude. I'm getting cilantro from the store, and if there's a problem, I need another case. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to. It's not right now. It's not financially responsible to be doing some stuff like that. We'll get there eventually. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do beans. Yeah, exactly. Like we know that there's a big market for like tortas, like Mexican sandwiches. We just haven't dabbled in that area. We also know that there's a market for like more what do you call it, for a lot more like vegan options, vegetarian and vegan options, and I already have a couple recipes in mind. It's just a matter of like pulling the trigger and executing it. Because once we go live with it and people start, messing with it, you can't go backwards. People start getting upset when you don't have it. That's why we had to take Lango off the menu because it just keeps fluctuating in price and it's inconsistent. And I don't want to make people mad. Yeah, yeah, of course. They have like the most memorabilia, right, in the world or something like that. They're crazy. But working for the Cheesecake Factory, they really inspire me to really understand your market because when they even till this day they don't spend a single penny on marketing, and this is a multi-billion-dollar company. What they do is they use their community, right? The videos that are made by the Cheesecake Factory are done by students who just want to get a piece of the pie to say, look, dude, I made this video for the Cheesecake Factory. They don't pay out any money. So they really show you how the community drives your business, whatever it is. And if you give a solid product and you're consistent and reliable, dude, people will mess with you heavy. They do. They're very smart. They're very intentional about what they do. They don't send out flyers. They don't do any of those things. And even when they do like the cheesecake, the new cheesecake, the holiday cheesecake that they show every once a year, it's the news channels that invite them. They don't like go out of their way to get the news channels. But it's all a strategy, dude. It's all it is, a strategy. I know. They're crazy. Yeah, we'll do the tortilla chips right now. I'm trying to attack all the little the things that just take up a little bit of time, a little bit more time. I'm gonna just attack those right away. Yeah, cheesecake is crazy, dude. Like, you would train somebody and it would be like throw the book at them, like, here's how to be a napkin folder. You're like, oh my gosh. They're crazy. And we had to learn all that stuff. And then you have to be the master of it. And then you got to vomit it to your managers and your staff. A lot of work, dude. Mental. I used to think of acronyms for things and numbers and like recipes. 8122 is the Cajun butter recipe. 8 pounds of butter, 1 pound, 1 cup of Worcestershire, 2 cups of barbecue spice, and 2 cups of garlic blanched. I remember everything, dude, because that's just how my brain works, and that's how I always wanted to get ahead. I'm like, dude, how are these? No offense, like how are these like really old people, who've been in this role for 25 years, they can't figure out this recipe correctly, right? It's like, dude, read the recipe the right way. It's not a teaspoon, it's a tablespoon. It's not candied lemon zest, it's candied lemon preserve. There's a difference, and they're arguing with me about it. And it's like, dude, read the recipe, watch the video, all the information is there. You just got to figure out your way of learning it and regurgitating it when necessary. Yeah, dude. When you're at corporate, they'll put you on the spot, dude, in front of everybody. Because everybody that's there, like let's say they do like a class, right? It's called like they have a couple classes, right? They have this one class called Emerging Leaders, and this is for kitchen managers who are okay. Let me explain how it works, right? So when you're a kitchen manager, you're a chef for the Cheesecake Factory. You're a salaried kitchen manager. Okay, you manage the kitchen, everything that entails in it. That's your chef title. Okay, there's 4 levels to it. AEKM, assistant executive, and then the executive. Okay, when you're an executive chef at another restaurant concept, you don't just get the title of executive chef working at the Cheesecake Factory. You have to work your way through the ranks of the managerial pipeline. So if you're like an assistant executive chef or exec sous or whatever your title is, and then you come to the Cheesecake Factory, they're gonna start you at the bottom. But some of these people are really good with either systems or recipes, so they excel really quickly. So they'll there's different levels, and every level there's different learning recipes that you need to remember and memorize and be good at, the best at. And then there's also like standard operating procedures you learn per level, because there's a lot. It's a university, right? So you just really have to be, you got to learn on all levels, right? So but they'll emerging leaders is like senior kitchen managers going into executive assistant executive. So like right there at like level 4. So they should know a lot, right? They would they would get them in a room and they would ask them recipes from their level 1 stuff, and these guys wouldn't even know what they were talking about. Like, how do you guys not know? These are the top 20 selling recipes. This pasta, we made $10 million off it last year. How do you not know this recipe inside and out? And then they start diving into their restaurant numbers and checking out things, and they're like, this is why you guys are failing in this department. You guys don't even know how to do the recipe correctly. The Cajun butter's burnt. They just come for you. What's up, dude? Did you call today?
They went to White Shell.
What? Man, this phone's on. These people stole our cash register on Monday. They broke in and stole it last week, and they tore it. And it was like digital. So they messed up all the cords, and some of the phone, it doesn't even work. Sometimes we don't hear it. It's so annoying, dude. I'm sorry about that. Dude, people are fucking scum, dude.
Yeah. It's just me today, so it's a simple day.
No worries. What can I get you?
Can I do the 5 toppings?
Yeah.
Do 3, actually, all of the stars.
Apple store?
Hey, whoever's driving, everybody okay in the car?
Yeah, that happened to me too. I got rear-ended like last week in the rain. They took off. Yeah, I got the windshield replaced, and I'm getting the bumper and the front, or like everything replaced like this weekend. It's been a fun year, dude. Yeah, dude. But it's all good. God's got my back, dude. I don't care. It's all material.
I know, but it still sucks.
Yeah,
It's a pain in the ass.
it is, but it's all good. Anything else for you?
Just that today.
Okay.
That's just shitty,
It's because you have your
Oh.
yeah, but it's when I was a kid and growing up in Chicago, like I always like every little thing that I had that I bought that was mine, I was like, so it was near and dear to me, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize like all those things are they're just materialistic, dude. Okay. Good.
Yeah, it is. It's when you work your ass off, it sucks to have to like grind back to get some shit that you already bought.
Yeah. But that's why insurance is awesome. So, insurance is taking care of the restaurant, and insurance is taking care of the car too. So
Yeah.
I'm just happy that like it was just me in the car, so yeah, dude. Dude, it's everything's a risk nowadays. What up, Renee? All right, let's get it. 5 Upper Store tacos. Also, when you're cutting chips, like tortillas for chips, make sure you don't leave them out too long, because the oxidation will make them go stale. So I opened that like an animal. I should have respected it a little bit more. Oh, but yeah, but what I was saying was that you try to remember recipes or remember things for your job just to be. It's really just for your own personal growth and development. To remember things or train your mind to do things that you didn't think it was capable of doing. You just always want to be ever evolving, ever. You want to be a knowledge hub for your family. I read the news every day, not because I'm old. Yeah, probably because I'm old, but just because I want to stay in the loop of what's going on. Things that are relevant. Because you just never know. You never know. Right. No, they want you to know the recipe verbatim. Because, there's a difference between a teaspoon or a tablespoon, reducing in half or a third. They'll ask trick questions like, oh, if you're reducing the velouté sauce down from 2 quarts to 1 quart, how would you figure out, what's 1 quart? Like, how would you figure out when you get down to 1 quart? And it's not like a trick question, it's like you you pour it in a pitcher and you see how much it's reduced by and put it back in there. They want just like straight up answers. They don't want you to BS them because this is what you're teaching your staff. And if you're teaching the staff the recipes wrong, that could be catastrophic. All right. Good to go. Have a good one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hello. Hello. Nice.
We'll all be together.
All right. No worries.
I'll do the 3 tacos.
Okay.
Let's do the al pastor, the carnitas, and shrimp.
Gotcha. Onion cilantro sauce. Okay. On the tacos.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Oh, can I add some avocado?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Which protein would you like inside of it? We have steak, chicken, pulled pork, diced pork with pineapple, shrimp. Yeah. Onion cilantro sauce. Okay. Inside. Awesome. That for you? Yeah. I do. We only carry them in large. All right. Sorry to twist your wrist. What did you want? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was asking if they wanted drinks.
Yeah, he said he got horchata. Horchata?
I'll do a Diet Coke.
Gotcha. And you said for here?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Yeah. Cool. Sorry. I'm live streaming on YouTube and I'm doing point of view cooking.
Oh, yeah.
So, sorry. Sorry if it's like intruding on your guys' personal. I know. I'm doing Twitch and YouTube. I kind of want to stay away from TikTok because it's just for like kids, in my opinion. It's just not going to bring the crowd that I want. You know what I'm saying?
Can I get a small cup to have like a little taste of that?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. But it's pretty good. Right now we have 14 people on YouTube and 5 on Twitch watching. So, not bad. There you go.
Oh, that's good.
That's good?
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I started the YouTube channel the beginning of this year, and I already have I think 875 subscribers. I know it's growing rapidly. It's pretty cool. And after a certain amount, they allow you to stream for longer periods of time. So now that it's unlocked, because I film with a GoPro when I make like long form content, but GoPro only allows 30-minute increment videos because of like I don't know something about copyright or something. But with when you live stream on YouTube, at the same you can go live for hours, and the video is saved. Yeah, exactly. So then you just have content that has a higher viewer count, and it means more if somebody watches the video longer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. And so
Are you able to say coffee?
yes, I can. I can bring it to your table. All right. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Since they stole the register, I got to do all this crazy stuff to make sure the tickets print correctly. I know I was thinking about that, but honestly, we try to I try not to intertwine the two platforms because our Instagram, that's our main like Sugar Bones Tacos thing, and it has a pretty decent following. I just didn't want to intertwine it because I don't want people to like disrupt the restaurant and the flow by just being like kind of like not normal. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't want to. I really didn't want to cross the businesses, but they're kind of spilling over either way. So I want to get to 1,000 subscribers organically, and then kind of see where both are sitting. Before I make moves like that. But it's a great idea. So I need. Thanks for these are. Everybody good? Chilling? Yeah, we haven't focused really on what do you call it, on Instagram since our staff member kind of went under and stuff, and all those things were happening. So we really kind of took a step away from the Instagram, but we're gonna start getting into it in the next couple weeks, and then we'll be posting like regularly. Yeah, we'll see what's up. We'll see where the wind takes it. Trabajar breakfast burrito, chicken. What up, man? That's funny. Yeah, they're all every day's a blur. I'm in a hyperbolic time chamber. A the Dragon Ball reference. That's what it is. I'm just losing weight and working out, sweating it out. Yeah, so like the way that it works with the cheesecake is that they say like look, we're human, we understand how it works. When you're extremely busy, like sevens are the bare minimum we accept for food that we could sell in the window. There's nothing less than that. So you try to make it a perfect 10 when you're working and it's not busy, but that's what's acceptable. It's how it's hot. Shrimp, apple store, and carnitas, and avocado. I had a feeling. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep's daisy. I'll be right with you too. I'll be right back, guys. All right, friends, I'm back. Like I never left. Let me just get these drinks real quick and back to the grind. Hello. Good. I'll be right with you too. Are you picking up or placing an order? Dining in? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. There you go. Of course. Thanks. And then I'll be right with you. We would still order up here, okay? Thank you. It's one of them days, my friends. Been rocked already. What time is it? Look at this. Jeez. So the asada marinade has honey in it, and sometimes it burns on the fly fill. Therapy. All right. What can I get you?
All right. I'm gonna do a 3 taco plate.
Okay.
Al pastor, pollo con mole, and what's the camarón?
Shrimp.
I'll do that.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else for you?
And then a horchata.
Yeah.
Whatever she's getting.
Okay. Horchata also? Gotcha. Okay. All right. Sounds good. There you go. All right. Thank you. And then I'll bring the horchata to your table. Thank you. Cool.
Is that it?
Yeah, you're good. Thank you. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I would like a corn asada burrito.
Okay.
Where pollo con mole is good.
Okay.
How many is that?
Yeah. For here to go, gentlemen? Yeah. Absolutely. Anything else for you guys today? All right. 4136. 4136 is going to be your total. Sorry about that. And I'd say like maybe 10, 15 minutes right now. Thank you. Here we go. Of course. Here's that receipt for you. How was everything?
Good.
Awesome. Absolutely, yeah. All right. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Rock and roll, man. Yeah. Getting rocked. This music's got to be good, dude. I can't be working to this. There we go. A little hype. All right. Add mozzarella cheese. Or let's go. Chips and queso. Let's get it. Well, all right, this one's ready to go. I like 6, honestly. That's that Denny's training, dude. Making them omelets and them eggs to order. You got 6 burners that make it work. This restaurant's completely full too, man. All my boys and girls, do this. Yeah. What's it? I'm so sorry. Got this one. I got the new one coming right now. Sorry about that. All right, cool. There you go.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get it, friends. Oh, yeah. All right, where we at? So I need 9 tacos and a burrito at the same damn time. No worries, no mames. Yeah. I just. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. All right, we'll try again. One of those. 9 of these. Yeah. Okay. I'll pick that up in a minute. Three, four, 2 carnitas, and the rest is salad. I'll be right with you. Oh. Hey. Pick it up. Here you go. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Appreciate it. Ow. I'm telling you. Beautiful. Shoot. I have to scoop faster. I don't know if I like those carnitas. A little hard. Oh, come on, you. Very, very nice. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Thank you for your patience. We're rocking though. Pardon me?
Thank you.
Of course. 3 steak tacos by themselves. 3 steak taco plate.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll be right back, guys. You guys are good to go. Could you grab that bag for me in the bottom?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Extra sauce is in there too.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one, you too. All three of you guys. Sorry. Thank you for your patience.
Yep. Thank you.
Could I get you any hot sauce?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. How's everything so far? Awesome. Thank you. Busy lunch. Sorry. Can you guys hear me? What up, Edward? Oh man, what a... That was a push right there. Let's get it. For sure gonna need more El Pastor. I think everything else is pretty chill on. We're not perfect, alright? But we try. Try to be better every day. That's all that matters. 1 second, guys. I gotta take this photo real quick. What up? Sorry. Nice job, everybody. How's everybody doing today? For the ones that just joined. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. Helps with the algorithm. Like it, share it. I like good jazz. In about an hour here, I'm probably going to cut this stream short pretty shortly. I'm going to charge up my phone and we're going to do the live stream of the shepherd's pie HelloFresh meal. That'll be cool. I'm tired. I'm good, honestly. Feel good. Chilling. Hanging out. No, I'm here till like 7 through volume. I have a staff member coming in right now at 1 o'clock. And then I'm going to take a break. Probably go home and refuel. And then come back and finish strong in the dinner shift. Shoot that video. Hang out. You know. What are you ordering permits for? The unknown is scary. I feel like we got to do one of those another one of those 10-hour streams. Trucks, ooh, that is stressful. Yay. Like it never happened. I'm excited. I started learning different things about YouTube that's just going to really help and move it in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for that. Like I've changed my thumbnails. I've changed my titles of my videos. I'll probably go through them and just kind of change a little bit here and there. Just so that more people could see the content that I'm putting out there. Let them know we worked with here. No, we're working. I'm working all weekend. Sunday, I'm gonna come in at noon. Tomorrow and Sunday, I'm gonna come in at noon and work through volume. No, I'll probably close tomorrow and Sunday. But we're able to like go to church on Sunday morning, which is nice, and spend some time together before I go to work. But my wife will be off with the baby, and they'll be able to enjoy the Sunday with her mom, grandma. And I'll be working, and I'll be chilling. I've already done the math, guys, girls, everybody. I need 24 subscribers a day to hit that 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. We're well on track, friends. We're well on track. So if you know somebody who loves cooking, tell them to jump in the mix and follow the channel, subscribe to the channel. We're cool. We're cool on this side. We're getting there quickly. What about you? You working all weekend, Christina? I feel like you're always like either getting off work or at work. That's enough. See if these find me to tan. What up, Cheyenne? How you doing? No, I said, well, how are you doing? How you're done? What up, Cheyenne? You're done. Yeah, that's messed up. Right? You're done. Looks great. Looks perfect.
I couldn't find the time, so it's just a plus.
Just put an
And then
X.
I didn't know if you wanted it blended or with. I just put wish
Whatever. Wait, with what?
for the marinade,
Which marinade?
the chicken.
Yeah, whisk. Yeah,
Then I did it right.
you did.
And then I'm gonna, if you don't mind, can I take this home?
Yeah,
Since
I do mind. Imagine. Nobody ever says, yeah, I mind. Do you mind? Actually, I do.
actually probably.
And then it's just awkward.
So I get rid of
Now that's cool. Yeah, please. Thank you for that.
And then I whisk all together. Mine whisk together or two thin lime juice, and then add in dry ingredients, and then
I know, it's gotta be like bulletproof.
yeah, I'm gonna take it home, rewrite things, add in the cheese sauce recipe, add in all of like, and I'm gonna have a pretty cover.
The little tabs and stuff.
Yeah, and then we're gonna
Grill it up. I'll take that.
wanna do all of like the past recipes that we don't serve anymore, so like the cakes and stuff.
Like the greatest hits.
Yeah, so that they're still in there,
That's cool.
so that we have them for if you ever wanna go back to them in the future.
Okay. All right, friends. I'm gonna get off the stream. I'm gonna charge my phone, and we're gonna do the HelloFresh stream in a little bit. But until then, I will hit you up. Peace out. I was hitting too many requests. They won't let me close. They don't want me to go live. They don't want me to stop going. Locked in.